On today's video, we're gonna do a bit of a 2x4 challenge. So this is just a 10-foot 2x4. So I think what we're gonna do is make a stool today. So first thing we did was we cut down the seat pieces. I cut them down to 16 inches just because that's what I thought would look halfway decent. And we're gonna do 3 side by side and glue them up together. I'm just gonna rip the edges off on the table saw so that I can take that little round over off so we get a nice good glue joint. And we'll get that glued up. After that, we'll plane it down and we'll get going. While that's drying up, we're gonna make some legs for this. We're gonna make this a nice low stool just so that we can use all this material and not require any more. It's gonna just taper out on the sides, the legs. Front and back, they'll just be straight vertical. And then we'll have supports on the bottom of the legs to just hold it all together, give it some structural integrity. And sort of the same on the top so that we can screw them into the top of the seat. So let's get started, let's sketch this out and figure out what we're gonna do. The next thing we're going to do is square all these up so they're nice and even, and then we might plane them down so we get a nice smooth surface. Alright, so we got everything nice and smooth and square on the planer. Next thing I'm going to do, since I rough cut these, is I'm just going to cut that final angle over on the miter saw. I think I'm going to go with an 8-degree angle. I think that's going to look good. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is cut the little supports that are going to go along the stool. So as it sits, the top will sit like that. So we're just gonna cut these little pieces here. So we'll take a rough measurement. 9 1/4 looks good. So we got everything cut down to size. We could go ahead and glue it up now. But what I think we're gonna do is take it over to the router and just round over the edges. And then probably do the preliminary sand first, just because it's easy when all the parts are, all separated apart. So let's head over to the router and we're just gonna do an 1/8 inch round over on all these corners and soften the edges. I'm just laying everything out so I make sure I drill all the pocket holes correctly. I'm gonna use 1 1/4 screws. Ideally I'd use some longer screws, but what I have. And we'll get everything assembled, so let's get that done. we got her all done, I'm just gonna put some finish on. For this one, I'm gonna use tongue oil. It's just nice light finish, a little protectant, and it'll give it some nice color. So let's get that.